As I told you just now that your main heading, like here is the heading of sales should come on outermost column. Here it is heading of cost of sales should come on outermost column. Your gross margin should come on outermost column. Rest all adjustment you can do it in inner column, no problem. Like here we had only two sales, so I have written on the second column. If there is only one, we will write on the outermost column. So accordingly, my present, because it is management accounting, your presentation also plays very vital role. The things should be presented in a such a such effective manner that top level managers or people has get their answer very clearly, and accordingly they can take their decisions. Same thing for the cost of sales also, you will find the final answer in outermost column, and then we'll get the gross margin. If you have completed till here, just let me know, then we'll proceed next. Yes, Ayushian surveys has completed. What about others?
Yes, sir, done.
Okay. The next, of course, after this, we will try to find out operating income. But unfortunately, in our question, there is not a single operating income. These both are non-operating income. And other income we have already taken as sales. So other items of operating incomes are not reflected over here. So then directly we'll go for operating expenses, and thereby we will take all office related expenses first, sales related expenses thereafter, and financial expenses after that. Okay. So we'll go one by one. From here we will write operating expenses. Write down. In operating, we are going to write office and administration, and then all office and administration related items. What was that? Office salary, office rent, postage telegram, director fees. These all will come, and depreciation on office furniture. So all those 4 5 items will come under head of office and administration. So like this. I hope things are clear to you all. Yes, Aryan, you have rightly stated. Any statement, it is look like a cash flow statement. Of course, the cash flow could be the part of our learning in days, due dates to come. It is the part of our syllabus, if I'm not wrong. So any statement when we talk about, it is always be in vertical form. It can never be in horizontal form. So one by one after one item should come. And now, honestly speaking, if you go to website or annual report of any company, 200% you'll get this format only they are following. Because once the Companies Act 2013 has been revised, thereby Schedule 6 of Companies Act 2013 has transformed that horizontal form of presenting the balance sheet into vertical form of presenting the balance. So the things what I'm teaching is not going to help you now. It is going. It is also going to help you in cost accounting. It is going to help you in your financial management, and now henceforth even in financial accounting and taxation also. Everywhere you are going to face this kind of logic only. So that is why I expect you should give utmost care learning these aspects. Thank you, Aryan. I hope I have given all your answer with all the queries what you have asked. Thank you, Vita. So let me get you more answer. But you are very slow in writing also nowadays. This much time you should not take. You should be quick. Okay, slowly. I mean, initial few lectures I'll be very slow because I know these are the new things which you are learning for the first time in your life. Okay, Pradnya. I'm just expecting other few students whose video mode is on. They should get me the answer. If they have done, then we'll proceed. If you have completed, you can directly start writing selling and distribution and take all these selling and distribution item right there. No problem. Don't wait for me. I am lagging because of other students. You continue writing. Now I hope you must have understood the logic. So once again from selling and distribution head, I have taken all which was related to selling and distribution and I have written all those expenses together. So I found the total selling and distribution expenses is 70,000. Total office and administration is 85,000. So if you have completed, then you can go for the next head. I have to wait for other students. There were any financial? I doubt. Financial was not there. नहीं था ना? हाँ, डिबेंचर इंटरेस्ट एक था. It's there. Okay. Yes, Manjunath.
So relating to the previous doubt only of the quality control cost and your research and development cost. So in the cost sheet, if you look, the after the work or the factory cost, then you add your research and development and quality control cost along with the administrative overheads relating to the production activities. So and then when you add it along with the primary packaging cost, packing cost, then you get the cost of production. So why is it not? It ultimately gets absorbed in the cost of production. So why is it not included in the cost of production and instead it is included in
Can you go back to
administrative
your
overheads?
explanation once again? If you'll see in cost sheet, you have taken as after works cost as a part and parcel of office and administration overhead over there. There we are not using the word expenses. It is the nomenclature given as overhead. And those overhead is in management accounting known as expenses. So what I said is very correctly. And again, try to understand the concept and logic of cost accounting is totally different. Whereas concept and logic of management accounting is different. There they wanted to calculate the cost on each and every part where they are incurring, whether it is prime cost, whether it is works cost, whether it is cost of production, and thereby in cost of production only they are including and incorporating the office and administration. Whereas the selling and distribution they are taking as a cost of sales aspect. But here, when it comes to management accounting presentation, the selling and distribution altogether is taken as operating expenses. Okay, office and administration is taken as operating. So logically also if we compare, there also you have taken in office and administration. Here also I'm asking you to incorporate in office and administration. There you have included as overhead. Here it is an expense. I hope things are clear for you.
So I got the overheads and expenses thing.
Hmm.
But in talking about the cost sheet, sir, in that administrative overheads is divided into two parts. One is the general one, and one is related to your production activities. So the
Hmm.
production activities is included in the cost of production, and your the general administrative overheads is included in the cost of sales along with the marketing overheads.
Which format you are referring to? Can you get me those formats of cost sheet?
So I don't know which format, but the one which is there in the uh, textbook.
Kindly check carefully because as far as format of cost sheet is concerned, it's very clear. Comprises direct material, direct labor, direct overhead or direct expenses. That is a prime cost, which all direct things to be incorporated over there. And then it comes to office overhead, factory overhead, which comprises all factory related expenses, including WIP, that will give us work cost. Then in that, if we are adding office and administration expenses, all there should not be any segregation at all. That gives us cost of production. And after cost of production, when we add the opening and closing stock, we get the cost of goods sold. In that, if we are adding the selling and distribution overhead, we get the total cost or cost of sales. In that we will add the profit, we are getting sales. In cost accounting, we never take non-recurring, non-trading financial income and expenses. The logic I will tell you later on because this is not the subject of cost accounting and not the class of cost accounting. That is altogether you will be started learning from semester 3 onwards. So I don't want other students should get confused. And if you want right now also I can show you the format of cost sheet. It is there in different books of mine, whereby very clearly stated that office and administration is incorporated once only after works cost, and after adding to works cost the office and administration overhead, we are getting the total cost of production.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. So basically, management accounting uses the financial principles and not the costing principle.
Management accounting has their own principle that varies from every management to management, every company to every company.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Other student, have you completed till here? Then last, financial, as I told you, only one we have, debenture interest. Now I will take the total operating expenses all together, which will reflect here. 1,75,000. So in gross margin, 4,70,000. If I am deducting 175, what I will get? 2,95,000 as what it will be called as.
Operating profit.
Absolutely right. Now I'm very happy many students have started participating. Okay. This is, and then only you will be evaluate as continuous evaluation at least in my lecture. I'm very particular. See, I told you I have more than 2 decade experience of teaching, learning, administration and research. So if you have your own method, I have another method to crack that. And I'm promising you within very few days, you'll find majority of you are going to have your video mode on. You ask my seniors, I mean your seniors, TY and SY, they never has a dare to keep their video mode off. At least in my lectures, they know he sir is very particular about all this. Okay, now after this, what all we need to consider after operating net profit, what all items to be taken as a revenue statement or income statement? Can anybody?
Non-operating income or expense.
Yes, Aryan. Why it is known as non-operating return?
Because it is not based on daily to daily business.
Yes, because it is not recurring in nature, it is not done from business activity. It is basically other than business activity. Okay, Aryan, I'm very happy. Can you also explain what are non-operating expenses, at least one or two in your views, which you find it is not related to business activity? I mean, not directly related to business activity. Like
Loss on van,
loss on,
selling van asset.
yes, yes, loss on selling asset. Absolutely right, dear. Because that is not my regular business. My regular business, I hope other student is very much able to connect this, what the discussion and deliberation is going on. And this logic only you have to apply. If you are applying the logic, even though you are not remembering, writing this entire format, still with the logic you can very much understand. You can write where these items to be reflected. What is required for office, I will put as office expense. Okay. What is required for sales, I will require for selling and distribution. What we have raised for finance and we have incurred will be reflected there. Sale cost of production, factory related, all will be part and parcel of cost of sales. That will give us gross margin. So things are very easy. As it is the first lecture, of course, it will require time. As far as problem solving is concerned, it's not my first lecture. We have done earlier lectures also. I've given you the theoretical aspect, importance of management accounting. And again, I'm telling you, as you have seen right now, Manjunathan was also asking about cost sheet. If you are knowing this format, again, it will be very much connected to your cost accounting. This will also be very connected to your financial accounting, what you are going to learn now. All the companies, may be limited company, may be banking, may be insurance, all have vertical format only. They never follow horizontal format. Okay, so kindly give more and more time for this to understand. As he has rightly stating, do we have non-operating items? Yes, we do have. So we'll take up those items here. So the next heading is non-operating. Those were dividend on investment and profit on sale of furniture. So these were non-operating income. And then I will deduct non-operating expenses. And that is loss on sale of delivery van, as Aryan has rightly stated. That is my non-operating expense. So like earlier also, first we added here operating expenses, then we deducted operating income and then operating expenses. Here also I'm doing the same. I'm adding non-operating income first and I'm deducting non-operating expenses subsequently. Please take down fast. It's my request. Whatever the question we are doing today, again after my lecture, you do it practice in afternoon. And there are plenty of such kind of question in your book. As much as you practice, that much the base of yours will be clear. And I hope now you must have understood the importance of this learning, what is going on in your class. With the nomenclature as management accounting. Once it is done, please let me know. And if someone can help me in operating net profit after adding the non-operating income, after deducting the non-operating expense, what exactly is left out?
Net profit before tax.
Absolutely right answer. Very important. Net profit before tax. And then after deducting income tax, we will get net profit after tax. So finally, there is no difference in the answer which was there in the book or what we have calculated. We also get the same answer, 145. The presentation way is totally different, which is expected now in higher level management. I hope things are clear to you all. So these two lectures took for us to understand, to explain, and to write entire answer. Now in next one lecture, we need to finish the next question. If we have completed two lectures, immediately again you join with the same login and password. Thank you, bachcha log. Thank you very much. There are few who is writing. Please take down. You have less than a minute. Few seconds are left. Kindly finish it off fast. And then again rejoin with the same login ID and password. We'll take up next question.